my name's Alex Hutchinson. I'm the founder and director at Chatham Group, and I work with law firms to help them drive operational change, better utilise technology so that they can improve performance, efficiency and profitability. And today I want to talk to you about accessing files whilst working remotely. And the reason for doing that is we've come across a number of challenges with SME firms that we work with where once the transition to remote working took place, something became very apparent, and that was that they had a foot in two camps. They could now access their system and the case management system remotely from home. They were scrambling for some, but once they can actually access that, what they've soon realised is that they are not actually running a digital file. They might actually have a case management system or a document management system which they can access now remotely from home. The challenge is that they still need the paper file in order to be able to progress that matter. And what's happening is fee earners are shuttling back and forth to the office to collect a file or a number of files, take them home, remotely work on them, bring them back, and the process is very laborious and time-consuming, inefficient, and it's higher risk. There's a number of reasons why you shouldn't be doing that, and they won't want to do it. What has become apparent, though, is that just accessing the system remotely isn't enough. You need to be able to operate digitally and progress that file from any location. So just to talk to you a little bit about how we're helping firms with that. We're working with a firm at the minute, for example, where this challenge is very apparent. And what needs to take place is initially of good progression is to understand and work with the users to understand the structure and how they actually operate that file, that physical file, paper file. Because it will be structured in a certain way so that they can operate and progress the matter as they work logically in their own brain, basically. And what we do then is we collate this information from a group of people within an area of practice. We've then pulled those people together because they'll have slightly different ways of doing it, but ultimately it's the same goal and process that they're trying to achieve. So we realign that department by agreeing the digital group-wide, if we call it that, structure of how the system needs to be tailored and set up so that they can operate. And what you actually find is it pulls that team together and they operate then in a more defined, efficient and productive way. And once you've done that and the system's set up to do so, you then need to work through the different elements of how the documents get in there, what other things that they are engaging with in the system that are actually inefficient, frustrating, costing them time and energy, and work with them to fix those and start moving the firm towards a digital operating system for that area of practice. And once you truly achieve that, that means that you can really work remotely. You should be able to access and run a matter or file whether you are in the office, at home, in a cafe, obviously not a cafe for security reasons, but in principle operating anywhere, and be able to access all the information you need, progress that matter, understand where the file's up to, and so should anybody else in your team. And that's what we're helping firms do. So there'll be a lot of firms out there that will now realise that although they're operating remotely, although they can access the system remotely, they actually have a foot in two camps. They have a foot in the digital world and a foot in the physical paper file world, and the two don't match. What we need to help firms do is transition and continue that journey to be able to operate and progress a file digitally from any location. There's a huge number of benefits to that. Not only about operating efficiency, performance and the profitability of the team, but also enabling the firm to grow in the future. There's significant opportunities available there as well. So if you feel that you're in this position or you know a firm that is, or they might want to talk about how we can help them move forward and make progress and finish the job in terms of being able to really truly work remotely, then I'd love to have a conversation with you. My contact details are available, personal contact details are available on our website, which is www.chathamgroup.co.uk. There's some other videos on there about us, and there's also a link to access my calendar and schedule a 30-minute phone call if you wish to do so to discuss this any further. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Hopefully that's been useful and brought some insight to how we're helping firms move forward, and hopefully I'll speak to you soon.